Happy Devils Thursday! This is the Let's Go Devils podcast post-game. Streaming live on Facebook Live, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. I'm your host, Sam Wu, here with Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal. I'm not going to mention that it's his birthday today because he's not really a birthday, kind of guy. But
thanks,
happy
Sam
birthday,
Wu.
Scotty.
Very slick of you. Very slick of you.
It's a great Happy Devils Thursday on your birthday, and the Devils win 2 in a row, baby. They iced the Penguins 3-2. Really should have been 3-1. That was just kind of like a gift goal, towards the end there. But wow, lots to talk about. Jack Hughes, but one guy I'd like to talk about is Scott Wedgwood. But hey, why don't you give us the Happy Devils recap?
Yeah, it was a nice game today, and another fine, solid effort, much like we've been talking about. We saw pre-COVID protocol shutdown that the Devils went through. So let's roll through it again. Our boy Jackie Hughes with his 7th of the year, coming from Ty Smith, his 12th, by the way, and Kyle Palmieri, his 9th assist. And isn't it so wonderful to see Jack Hughes drive to the net and make those pretty, pretty goals? Woo! That was something else. Top shelf, off the back. Oh, just a thing of beauty. Then PK on the power play in the second period. Big slap shot. Nice to see our special teams coming through. I know we gave up a power play goal against, but hey, we're not going to stop every single penalty kill. And it was only 1 instead of like 3 or 4. But anywho, PK on the power play from Bratt and Jack Hughes. 2-point night for Jackie Boy. Then Travis Zajac, his 3rd. Yes, only his 3rd goal, but he's starting to put up some points. Obviously, his assist total has started to go up. But it's nice to see him starting to chip in with some goals as well. That put the Devils up 3-0, and then Pittsburgh got one in the second, and then a late one again in the third. And then actually the second one, the goal in the second was actually right at the end of the period as well. So kind of a tough play right there. But 3 stars of the game, Jackie Boy, Scott Wedgwood, who came in unexpected. We'll talk about this. A couple of injuries throughout the game. Pavel Zacha, Nathan Bastian, and Mackenzie Blackwood. But Wedgwood gets the 2nd star. PK gets the 3rd. Shots on goal. Man, Pittsburgh was taking some shots. 9, 22, 11 for a total of 42. Devils, 11, 13, 11 for a total of 35. I like that consistency across the box. Face-offs, pretty even. Can't really complain about that. 53% for the Pens, 47 for the Devils. That's not too bad. Power plays, like I said, we gave up the 1 power play. Only 2 attempts, 2 penalties taken, rather. We were 1 for 1 on the power play. Special teams been looking a lot better. Hits, I think you can say Pittsburgh out-hit us in this game, 27-19. Not a huge discrepancy. That's what I'm looking for, or something like that. Some word. It's my birthday. Just make something up. You know what I mean. Blocks, 19-11. Pens got us there. Only 12 giveaways for the Devils. Love to see that. But pretty solid game all around. I like to see the way the team is playing. I was telling Sam Wu before we got on here, actually, I think I might have to go back and rewatch this game because my young niece gave me a call like right when the second period was starting, and I missed some of the action when I was doing some birthday calls and FaceTimes and all that. But I like what I saw from the Devils, playing hard again. Playing, like we said, pre-COVID shutdown. And we had some things come up. Pavel Zacha, obviously getting injured. Mackenzie Blackwood going out in the warm-ups. That's why we talked about Scott Wedgwood coming in. And, Nathan Bastian, actually I got to look for an update on Bastian, what happened. I think he went in the first period. Didn't come out for the second period, rather. So something tweaked. I'm not sure. I gotta look that up. Anyone out there, please hit us up on the socials and YouTube Live, Facebook Live. What's up, Cheryl, Mike, Craig, Tim, Daniel, Ramona, Stacy. Man, we got a whole bunch of people on there.
Yeah, and YouTube Live, Whistler writes, Wedgwood looked good, especially considering he found out late he was starting, as what we were saying. And I'll tell you what, Scott Wedgwood, you're only as good as your weakest link. Our weakest link is not our backup goaltender. Scott Wedgwood is a very good goaltender for the New Jersey Devils because he just stepped in, no problem. I'll just play my game, shut them down, gave the Devils a chance to win, kind of very similar to like goaltenders of the past, like Moose Hedberg or Scott Clemenson. And very solid play. And, I couldn't agree more. I will also say that the Jack Hughes goal, I like the mindset of Jack Hughes when he was being interviewed by Erica Wachter, right after the first period. One of the things that I've been preaching, aside from NFZ defense, is that
defense.
Those are the kind of things that you can teach, but you can't teach intelligence, hockey intelligence, or talent. And what Jack Hughes said just amused me, and he said, "Yeah, I try to fit it in on the back of his helmet, back of his head, the goaltender. That's where he was. I mean, that was like, again, it was a goal that only a generational player can get away with, like a Mario Lemieux, and it was just like, oh, I got a 0.5% chance of actually scoring. So, by the way, just for fun, I'll just knock it back of his helmet, and hopefully it'll go in." And he saw that little spot, and he took it and got it. It was like a no-angle shot as well. The goaltender actually covered the pipes pretty well. And it's one of those things where you just can't teach. And I thought it was kind of funny, like the mindset of Jack Hughes, that he would know where to put the puck in that situation.
Love that Selly afterwards, too. Jack Pump. Love it. By the way, Nathan Bastian only played 5:39 tonight, so maybe something I gotta follow up on that. If anybody knows, please hit us up in the chats. Because like I said, I was getting some FaceTime, some family calls, and everything else going on at the same time. So, and it looks like Mikey McLeod only played 7:04. 60% in the face-off circle. Igor Sharangovich, 50% in the face-off circle. They weren't too bad in the face-offs tonight. Jack Hughes was the only one who was really like that bad, but whatever. We'll take that with Jackie. He's going to learn, and he'll get better.
Yeah, and you know what's getting better? Confidence in this team. Rody Ryan writes on YouTube Live, Wedgwood looks confident in net. I couldn't agree more. Right now, I feel like a confident Devils fan.
And I feel like that too. I felt. Listen, I'm not trying to knock a guy. I'm not a professional goaltender, but I don't know. I feel so much more confident with Scott Wedgwood than I do with Aaron Dell. I don't know if that's just me. I just felt like Aaron Dell was just like sliding back and forth, in the butterfly, like from one side to the other. And I get it, but I don't know. Like Wedgwood, when I saw his size at first, I was like, oh, that's right. Blackwood and Aaron Dell both take up a lot of space in the net. Scott Wedgwood is so small. But we talked about it with Shorts Guy. He's so fast. Oh, yeah. Like his move, and you watch him in goal. Just watch his leg movements. He is crazy. Like shuddering from side to side in there. Like really just kind of focus in on Wedgwood a couple times when they're down there, power play or whatever. He's really good.
He seems like he's always square to the puck, and his demeanor is very calm. And I think that's where you're getting that from. That you're kind of telepathically through your television set feeling the confidence of Scott Wedgwood, the wedge wall. He gave them a wedge wall.
He gave him a Wedgwood wall.
And Pittsburgh is a good team coming into Prudential Center tonight. We have 3 games. Then we won the first game in the 3-game series. if you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
with Saturday afternoon, again at the Rock against Pittsburgh. Let's see what happens. I mean, look, stock is high. It is. It's a bull market right now for some of the players that are rumored to possibly be traded before the NHL trade deadline.
Sell, baby. Woo!
First rounder.
Someone
First
get,
rounder.
Wolf of Wall Street
No lottery.
on the phone. Yeah.
Yeah. No lottery protection. Yes, it's going to cost you. You want Kyle Palmieri with that assist. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Travis Zajac with that goal. Sorry, Lou. And you saw Anders Lee is out. That just makes Zajac a little bit more. I mean, it sucks for Anders Lee. Obviously, we don't want to ever see him get hurt like.
Well, if you want Zajac, Lou, you can add a second rounder and a jar of jelly to the New Jersey Devils.
I mean, he's going to be looking for guys. I mean, that's just the way it is in that situation. We've talked about Boston looking for some secondary scoring. Kyle Palmieri might fit that mold right there. Anyone looking for offense from their defense, PK Subban would be a wonderful fit for your team right now. His defense. He's been making some good defensive plays as well. PK is going to play a little pond hockey, but I feel like he's got it at a good point. Maybe it's just him and Kulikov are working well together, that he trusts him and he's got his timing down, and maybe he's just getting his strength back. But hey, I'll eat some of that contract for this year and next year if he gets us something, pretty decent in return. Sell them all. Sell them all.
Hey, Scotty. Before I let you go solo and talk to YouTube Live and Facebook Live and Periscope and wherever we are, that was 2 solid points tonight. They did not give up a point for this victory, so that is remarkable. But I'm going to get our guest right now, and I'll let you talk.
All right. I'm just watching some of the highlights here in the background as well. And, Pittsburgh was a team. Don't forget, they were, quote unquote, looking forward to playing the Devils, because they've had a rough schedule so far. And this is good. Like, I want our team to, kind of play spoiler on these things. Are we going to take all 3? I don't know. But at least we got one here. At least we're playing a lot better. That's what we want to see. We know we may not make the playoffs this year. That's it's very, very, very slim opportunity, but get back to 500. Prove a little something. We have the update now with Nico Hischier. We know he's going to come back with about 20 games remaining. I don't know how much we can expect from Nico in this year after everything he's gone through, all these freak accidents, but still, we're going to get our captain back by the end of the season. That's a good thing. So I don't know about you guys, but let me see. What do you guys got going on here? I'm thinking I'm starting to like Wedgwood. My Devils should use him a little more. That's from Coastal Time. Love Craig Best says, love watching Hughes and Igor beat Sid on the dot. Yeah, Igor went 50% on faceoff, so I'll take it. Anything. Looking at Travis Zajac's numbers, last 6 games, 56% on the faceoffs. So I'd like to see him producing. We know Travis is always going to be solid defensively, but if he starts chipping in goals and a couple more assists like that, he's going to be really, really attractive to some team coming down the stretch here for a playoff push. All of our guys, there's a lot of our guys. All of our UFAs would be attractive to teams going down the stretch that need a little extra pop, need a little extra depth, need a little something on that third line. Can you imagine? Kyle Palms has been on our first line for the past how many years, Boston, he would be down on that third line. They are just so stacked. But either way, Wedgwood looked really good. Adam Morgan, PK is playing like he wants to play. That's right. Playing like a man that wants to be traded. PK Subban. And hey, you can't blame him. He wants more, another run at the cup and everything like that. And it's just he's playing the way we should expect him to play. Offense first, but he hasn't been that bad defensively. I know he gets a bad knock and everything like that, but I think he's been, there were some times. I'm not gonna lie, there were some times where it wasn't good, but overall, now that I feel like he's gotten his groove back post COVID shutdown, I don't know. I've been liking PK's performance. I don't really got anything to complain about there. Credit Ruff, Craig Best, credit Ruff as well. He got the boys winning, and that's a good sign, for your coach that he didn't lose the locker room. If we had a younger coach, this could have been a really, really dangerous situation. And how many times have you seen those sort of things? Much like when John Hines came to the Devils, it was his first time, with an NHL team. Can you imagine if we had a younger staff, an inexperienced staff coming in with this young of a team and to have this many things go wrong, minus the training camp, minus the however many days, and that's Shorts guy's the smart one. He knows the actual count of how many days we went there without Devils hockey. But however many days they went without playing, having the shutdown, no training camp, no practices. Here's your captain. There goes your captain with a freak break of the nose. Everything that they've went through. Lindy Ruff did a good job keeping this team together. Because if we had an inexperienced coach, I'd be scared to think where we'd be at right now. I mean, below Buffalo, it would be bad. It would be bad. Lindy's done a good job. And what were some of the things that we were complaining about so much? The NFZ, just like Sam was talking about. No fun zone. PK. It's been working. They've been improving things. You can see that the game plan and the system is slowly but surely coming into play for everybody. Obviously some are adapting to it better than others, but it's slowly you're seeing that positive play. It sucks that we just got hit with this sort of freak injuries over here, with Pavel Zacha and Nathan Bastian and Mackenzie Blackwood there. Mackenzie was in the warm-ups. Bastian was in the first period. We got to see what's going on. Sam Wu, how you doing?
Oh, I'm back. Sorry, I was chit-chatting before. I actually I forgot to fire up the telephone interface computer machine, and it was booted up. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, well. We all love this guest. I can't get enough of him. Just can't get enough of him. He's the greatest, and he's got his own theme song. He's like our only guest, friend of the podcast, that has his own theme song. Do you know who it is?
I do. Do you?
I don't know. Why don't I play the theme song?
Do you out there in Let's Go Devils podcast land? Play the theme song, Sam Wu.
I know things will be better. I know they will. Chico and the man.
Chico Resch. Chico, you're on with Sam and Scotty. You must be feeling good tonight.
Well, it is exciting, you guys. I was just saying to Sam, Scotty, that, you love to follow a team, but it kind of feels empty if they don't start to play well and win. And they've won the last two, and they could have easily be 3-0. They lost that heartbreaker to the Islanders. But, yeah, it's just like you guys in your show. It's just more fun to be talking about positive things like, tonight's game and the fact that, Scotty, I told the guys, it's your birthday, and what do? They go out and get to the big W.
Yeah, that's right.
That was for you.
I'm very appreciative. I've had some big Devils games on my birthday, a particular Marty Brodeur game where he set some record. I know I was in attendance there, so I've always been lucky with the good Devils games on my birthday. But yeah, Chico, it's been fun watching this team the past couple games. For a while there, it was getting no fun. Like they just were not playing well.
Right.
Now all of a sudden, it looks more like the team we were seeing, before the shutdown. They got their legs. They're actually playing the system a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we know they're not going to win every single game, but at least they're actually in it, competing. Hey, that Islanders game, that was a tough loss, especially with PK getting that awesome shot, but it happens. They were in it, like I've seen a complete turnaround in the team, and just wondering what your opinion on that is.
Well, you did nail it there pretty good, Scotty. I give the coaches credit. Lindy Ruff was saying today that what has happened is when they were really losing bad was major breakdowns. He didn't go into it. They were giving a lot of backdoor passes. There was no coverage in front of the net, rebounds, tips. And so the coaches got the defense together. And I think he really, whoever it is, Lane Nazardine, but everybody, and Lindy too, saying, hey guys, this isn't acceptable. You're not helping the young guys who are trying to develop in goal, and you're certainly not helping us develop the young guys in front of you, the young forwards, by not supporting them, and giving them a chance to learn from winning. And so it's just kind of all come together. And their structure, that's an old saying, but structure is really positioning. I'm watching those young guys, you guys. I am so impressed. Not just when they get the puck and do some things offensively, but they are starting to learn how to really be in position and then to win the one-on-one battles that you have to. There's one puck, there's 10 forwards out there, 10 skaters, they all want it, and who's going to get it? And Jack Hughes did that on his goal tonight, which really impressed me.
Woo!
So, you're right. There's so many good things happening right now, and it's everybody.
And Chico, I was saying before that goal that Jack Hughes scored, that's a goal that only a generational player can score. And the reason why I say that is during the intermission, Erica Wachter was interviewing Jack, and don't worry, Chico, I wasn't cheating on you guys or anything, but I was watching that. And the one thing Jack said, he was very nonchalant about it, but what he was thinking in his mind, to a hockey fan, you see, he threw it on net, even though it was a low percentage shot and it went in. He's like, I was just trying to, bank it off the back of the goaltender's helmet and get that in. And he saw that opening, and it was just kind of like, wow. That's the mind of Jack Hughes. That's what he said. His hockey IQ is like a generational player's mindset. That's how
like a hockey movie.
Score. Yeah,
it's like a hockey movie. Who says that? I'm gonna go bank it off the back of the goalie's helmet. Like, how do you have that thought process in a nanosecond?
Well, actually, guys, there's a lot of guys that do that. I think of Patrick Kane. I think of Connor McDavid. I think it's Sid Crosby. But they are goal scorers. Like, you don't get a guy scoring 25 to 30 goals that doesn't see that. And that was really important. The thing is, though, and I just want to say in that goal, that is where good goal scorers have to get the puck up. I've said that on the air. Jack will not become a big scorer unless his high, up near under the bar shot becomes consistently accurate. Nobody in this league scores by scoring halfway up the net or below consistently. And what I liked was, so he's got to really concentrate. One thing, the puck came around and he was going to dump it down into the corner, but he hits Rodriguez, the forward. But what he does then, he grabs the puck, so he recovers the puck, and then Marino's coming out, but he just schooled him, went right through Marino, and then, like you say, now he said the next step is, what do I see here? Kyle Palmieri's driving the net. I'm going to see if I can bank it off the goalie's shoulder and head, and he did it. And what I was thinking, guys, if you're going to be like a big-time player, there are some goals that you just have to not only create yourself, but then you have to finish. There's just you know, of the great ones, and that's what Jack did on that goal. It was all Jack. I know they gave assists to two other guys. I don't know who it was, but that was pretty. I'm not saying they're chintzy, but they like there wasn't a pass to Jack. He had to take it, try to chip it low. I don't know why they got an assist. I'm not knocking it. I'm glad they did. But
I know why.
Why?
Because their stock is now high. Possibly. Just jokes.
No, that's good. No, anyway, it was what we want to see. What? Maybe 200 times more. You know, the other goals, they can be off passes, they can be conventional, he can have help. But I'd like to see Jack score about 200 where it's just Jack and he's doing it himself. It's tough, though, but that was a good start. I think that was a huge confidence builder for him.
Absolutely. It was so good to see him, you know, pump those fists afterwards, you know, do that celebration. It was just, we haven't seen that in a little while, but it was good to see Jack Hughes score a goal and just a pretty highlight goal like that. And actually, one of the assists on there was to Ty Smith, who, by the way, you know, this is a nice little stat that I heard that the Devils, their rookies are leading the league. Now, we have a lot of rookies on the team, of course, but our rookies combined, we have the most points from rookies, you know, in the league. So that's actually, it says some good stuff is happening. Definitely there with Ty Smith. But that's another positive as well that we can look to, that this system is working.
Oh, absolutely. Like Sharon Govich, I love that guy's mindset. He's of the mindset, and he's got a whipping shot. It's sort of like he whips it like you might a lacrosse ball. He doesn't just put it out in front of him and snap it. He did it again tonight. He gets it, he takes it back behind his back leg, and then brings it through, and he's whipping that thing, and he's thinking of it all the time. Now you got Maltsev. I'm watching Maltsev. Again, he made a great play. He was on the right side. He cut through the middle, but he turned his back so he could push the puck away from the defender. The defender couldn't get him. So he continues to go across, and then at the appropriate time, he spins his body quick, and again, the D can't get the puck and puts it right on net. And that's what I'm saying about these young guys. They all, not only like Kokonen's playing some really smart hockey sense hockey, you know, so it's not just, you know, they're working hard and they're getting the bounces. They're really becoming much more savvy with the puck than I've seen a lot of young guys come into the league. You know, and I'll just finish with this. Like, I like Mikey McLeod a lot, but I was saying, but Mikey McLeod's got to go home this summer, and he's got to just work on skill. Stuff from behind the net, coming out, handling the boom, upstairs, you know, spinning. Because Mikey McLeod is like Miles Wood was, you know, 4 years ago. Yeah, you got speed and you can get the puck to the net, but if you don't have a secondary skill that you can get the puck up when you have to, move it to your backhand and backhand it in or forehand, you just won't score it consistently. And so, I mean, I would like to see Mikey McLeod show some of that hockey sense. I don't think he's got quite as much as they do, and I'm not knocking that, but he can learn, you know, intentional learning on skill is something that you need to have. Patrick Elias developed more skill, and a lot of the great players didn't come in with the kind of skill they ended up with. And so you guys are right. This crop of rookies, I am just so pumped, and that's even without Nico Hischier, unfortunately, being able to grow his game. You know, that's too bad. Oh, and the goaltending, it's growing. You know, I wish we could start over. I don't know if we're good enough in our division to have made the playoffs this year or not, but oh boy, I'm already getting excited for what can be next year.
And Chico, we were actually discussing this before you came on. I know a couple people in our Facebook live group and our YouTube live group were bringing up just the importance of a veteran coach like Lindy Ruff, who you were just saying, like, oh, I wish we could just hit the reset button on the season with everything that crazy that has happened and gone wrong so far this season, or just, out of the ordinary. If we could just hit the reset button and start over again. I think Lindy, that veteran presence there has just been key. We've seen a lot of rookie coaches come in around the league and, having to deal with a situation like this. Oof, I don't know many that probably could.
That's a good point. And, the whole staff, Elaine Nazardine did it. If you look at his stats last year down the stretch, he did a tremendous job as a head coach, and he's got that ability. Mark Recchi, we know what a player he is, and we're starting to see the power play now having his stamp on it. We're in such good shape. From top to bottom, like the coaching staff, I have so much confidence in, and they do it in the right way. It's sort of like tough love. Yeah, I'll love you, and I'll be kind, and I'll be supportive, and I'll pump you up. But I got to tell you, there's an accountability here that I am not going to shy away from, and I think that's why we've seen the change in the defensive core. To me, it was always, again, I'm not putting all the blame on the defensive core, but when we were losing like that, my goodness, some of the major mistakes and missed coverage in front, and that's not happening now. So, 2-on-1. Oh, it was just like I seen like PK Subban now in front of the net tonight when the game was kind of on. He blocked out his guy. He dove to swap the puck up the ice. He's really. I'm just saying, wow, PK. But I think he's both. You have to get, as a player, you got to start to think, who are you? What is your role? What's your identity? And for PK, you're a defensive defenseman now. He could make one of the best long passes out of his end up to the other blue line. He's got that going. I would say, PK, you can also one-time it. Don't try and shoot it quite so hard, but get it on net the way you've done the Islander game they call back, but the one tonight. And then beyond that, just don't rush the puck. Don't do anything crazy. Just be rock solid defensively. And he's doing that. And, Sammy Vaughn, I don't know, he got hurt there. He might be okay. But he got a goal. He looked a whole lot better the last two games. So, we point at the coaches. It's well, they're not playing this guy in the right position, or they're not doing this or that. And I'm thinking, guys, these guys want to keep their job. They all played. They all coached. It is not the coaching and what they're telling them. It's the listener. The people with the ears got to listen clearly and then intentionally try to incorporate that into their style and play when game time comes. And I think that is getting through. Like you were saying, Scotty, that the coaching staff is the perfect fit for this young group of players that the Devils have.
Chico, the penalty killing units have been the NHL's best in the last 4 or 5 games. The turnaround is absolutely remarkable. How is that just night and day where, when they came back from that layoff, that they were pretty much giving up 2 or 3 goals a game at the power play goals at that rate to basically complete shutdown. What
Sam had the whiteboard out. Sam had the whiteboard out, Chico. He was going over it.
Yeah, I was going over it, and I'm wondering if Lindy has been watching my podcast about a term we call NFZ, the no fun zone, where you just basically clear out in front of Mackenzie Blackwood and call it a blackout. But seriously, what have they done even better?
Well, guys, it all tied together. Now, just think, you and Scotty are defensemen, right? Like, and so, but you're getting up. Let's say you're getting 8 feet. Let's just say 8 to 10 feet outside the crease, and you're up there, and you say, well, I can get back to cut down that cross ice pass. But I can show you at least 8 goals where the puck came from one side between the top of the crease and the Devils defenseman going to the other side. I think of Sam Reinhart scored 2. It just goes on. But now, if you guys were coaching, you say, listen, let's protect from the crease out. If the pass goes even 8 feet outside the crease, the goalie has a shot to push off, and the percentage of him stopping that is really remarkably higher than if it goes across. And the guy has the back door. Like tonight, Chris Letang did have a back door. He missed the net. But my point is, and then if you're back tighter to the crease, imagine, I ask you guys, do you think you can help with the rebounds a little bit better?
Yep.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Sure. Can you lift that front presence of the opposition? Can you get a little push on him? Can you lift his stick? Can you distract him?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they were just, I don't know what the mindset was, but they got caught up. And of course, when it gets calm back around the crease, right, it also allows the defense, the 2 forwards, to be more aggressive. And boy, we are jumping on plays if the opposition bobbles the puck, or the top penalty killers, the forwards, see, hey, this guy's a little vulnerable. You got to read it. It's just like hockey sense. You got to read when a guy with the puck's a little vulnerable. Bang, you jump on him. Where before they were hesitant, they didn't know what was going to happen down low. But when you win the Stanley Cup, 2 things. No, probably 3 things. I've always said you've got to have good goaltending. You've got to have stellar defense because it's going for 2 months, and you got to have center icemen. And now we have got some really stellar-looking defensemen who are protecting the net first. And you know what? Yeah, I wish we could score 5 goals, but at least doing it this way, if we only get 3, we can still win because we're not giving up much. So that's the long end of it. But I do think it's starting with the defense playing tighter around the crease, blocking out, not giving up backdoor passes. And then, and let's be honest, Scotty Wedgwood's been outstanding. Mackenzie Blackwood's been outstanding. So that is a really promising aspect of their game, is that penalty kill. And I guess with another power play goal tonight, so is the power play, right?
Special teams has been looking very good, like we were saying. Everything has turned around. We were having so much trouble on the power play and the penalty kill, and now it's, 2 strong points for us. And you mentioned something, Chico, and I just wanted to bring this up. One thing that is a little bit troubling is, all of a sudden out of nowhere, we know about the freak injury to Nico. We know we're going to get him back, maybe 20, 15 games left in the season. Okay. But all of a sudden now Pavel Zacha, an undisclosed injury, and then Nathan Bastian during the game, and then Mackenzie Blackwood in warmups, and then you were just mentioning Sami Vatanen as well. So all of a sudden now we got the injury bugs. But I was just curious from your perspective, because I'm sure you've had this happen to you before. You think you're going to have the night off, and then the other goalie all of a sudden, pulls a hammy or pulls a groin or something like that, or tweaks a muscle in warmups, and you got to jump in there. What's that like for someone like Scott Wedgwood?
Frightful. It's frightful. I mean, you say, holy jumping, but 2 things. It's frightful because you're thinking, I'm playing Crosby and the Penguins, although just one thing, Scotty, I think it was you saying it about the injuries. Every team, Anders Lee, Evgeny Malkin, they had like four of their top 9 forwards were not in the lineup for Pittsburgh. I mean, I think what we're seeing, and I thought about this, as many games as they are playing, I just think the body is just, you're not saying, oh, I'm just tired, but I just happen to think it's got to be wearing down some of the bodies. It just has to, and then some of the crazy injuries, and so here's I'll answer the other question, but here's what I will say with the injuries. I'm kind of glad that, and I'm not glad they're happening, but I think we're fortunate that they're happening this year rather than next year, where we could really be making a big run. I'm glad kind of this year it's happening, but I hope it ends. But Mackenzie, I mean, with Scotty Wedgwood, two things. Like I said, you're kind of afraid. I think it was an advantage to play Pittsburgh over, say, Buffalo, because, you know, as a goalie, you know who the other team are, who their shooters are. That puts a little more fear. But I think with Scotty Wedgwood, you know, he's tried to establish himself. You know, he was good when he was in junior. You know, he had that little stint with the Coyotes, excuse me. But they weren't a good team then. But in his mind, I'm sure you guys feel it too. You feel, you know, I'm pretty good. You guys probably feel like you could do national TV, right? I could do that. But I'm just saying, Scotty Wedgwood doesn't think, yeah, I guess I'm just a backup. He's saying, no, I can be a starter. And I'm getting a chance here, because it's not like if it's Vasilevsky, he, like where he was last year, he could say, look, I could do a flip before every save I make just to put on a show. I'm still not knocking that guy out of the pipes. But here, right or wrong, I'm not getting into it, but he's thinking Mackenzie Blackwood is really good. But you know what? So am I. And I'm 28, and I'm in my prime. And you know what? I'm not going to be around 4 or 5 years from now, maybe competing with Mackenzie Blackwood for the number one position. But right now, me at 28, him at 24, he's just learning. He's still got things to learn that I've already been through. Yeah, I could be the number one. And I got to tell you guys, I'm looking, the one thing I know is goaltending. I'm looking for some flaws, some holes. Maybe, you know, he gets, he overplays shots, or he widens out, or, you know, just opens up at times. But he's not. He's not getting beat through the 5-0. He's picking up and covering up scrambles. You know, that nothing's going under his pads. So I'm just saying, remember what it means to him. And he's all in. He's got confidence. And you know, the other thing is he can really play the puck well. I mean, actually tonight when it was the net was empty and he got it to the right of the goal, I thought, if this was Marty Brodeur, he would have grabbed that and tried to score, but he didn't. He shoots it well. He can really rip that puck. I've even seen him slap it. So anyway, he's got a lot of the right stuff, and he's starting to open some eyes, right? I think he's 500 now, and with the Devils, and save percentage has got to be good. So good for him.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's definitely proving himself. Chico, thank you so much for stopping by, coming on a wonderful Happy Devils Thursday post game. Really appreciate it, and I'll have to. I swear to you, I got to get down to Prudential. We got to meet up soon. We definitely got to meet up soon.
Oh, I would love that, Sammy. And you know what? I couldn't miss Scott's birthday party tonight. I mean, I could.
Thank you, Chico.
I had a date with my. Okay, you guys. Always good talking to you. Have a good one.
All right, thanks, Chico.
That great.
Is Chico Resch.
Things will be better. I know they will. Chico and the man.
That's Chico Resch, everybody. Hey, I like the Sammy Davis version better. I telling you, I like that one. Not that I don't like Jose Feliciano, the one that he's also the same singer that does Feliz Navidad. Yeah, excellent, excellent. And I have a rule on this fine podcast when it comes to, I'll tell you off the air. So yeah, no, I was about to say.
Well, that was great. That was great talking to Chico.
Absolutely.
You know,
because
we're actually going to have to get him back.
Consoling us.
Yeah,
consoling us.
We're going to have him back. So, you know, because he mentioned something that we were starting to chit chat about, you know, Anders Lee getting injured. Islanders are going to need someone. Hello, Travis Zajac. You know, we're going to have to talk about maybe some trades, some trade bingo. That's right. Sell them all. Sell them all. See, actually, Chico, I would love to get his opinion on whether, obviously, if it's a deal you can't say no to about Kyle Palmieri, but I wonder what he thinks, if that's something that the Devils should approach it as like, hey, maybe we should go for an extension, or we should, try and trade him, and then if it's right, see if he wants to re-sign in the offseason. I wonder what Chico's opinion on that would be.
Yeah, I guess my opinion is depending upon the offers coming in, I wouldn't be the aggressor because you kind of lose a little bit of leverage.
Oh, no. No, we're in a power position right now. Everyone's going to be calling us, man.
Yeah, like say if Toronto's calling, right, and they offer a first rounder right from the get-go, this is what you tell them. Why don't you add in a third rounder and you call it deal? Just like that. I'm not saying that Tommy Fitzgerald should be actively seeking a trade. I think he should be actively picking up the phone and listening.
Yeah, his email, he should have a little message on his, it says like, I'm here and I'm in the office taking meetings now, Yeah. Feel free to call anytime.
Yeah. And, if we were back 20
Are you
years
having
ago,
problems with your hockey team? Give Tom Fitzgerald a call. He may be able to help out in your specific needs. That's the New Jersey Devils, Tom Fitzgerald. They have players to trade.
And I'm going to try to make you feel old. I'm going to try to make you feel old and say, if this was 20 years ago, Tommy Fitzgerald would have his away status message on his AOL Instant Messenger saying, need somebody to trade?
Leave a that's message. What I meant.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of GM instant messenger service that they have? Some sort of Slack channel or something like that where they all just like DM each other, Tom's just like, I'm here, boys. Give me a call. We'll see what we can do.
Some of these guys are so old school. I bet you they BBM just because Lou's probably still BBMing.
BBM?
Yeah, BlackBerry Messenger. Yeah. Does it even still exist? I'm sure it does in corporate level. Anyway, enough of that.
Lou's probably got like a telegraph in there, sending like what are those called? Those postgram things or whatever.
Yeah,
telegram. We're sending a telegram. There's like a guy that shows up and he's like, "Hello, I got a telegram from Lou Lamoriello. You've been cut.
Leave the building on the double."
Yeah, security will escort you out. All right, we're going off the rails.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what? One last thing. I think Chico, without saying it, is a believer in the NFZ. Everything he described was exactly what the problem was of the New Jersey Devils penalty killing.
Hashtag NFC.
Yeah, and you know what? I gotta go back to that old video. It's old. It's probably did it 3 weeks ago of the NFZ when I introduced that, and I'm gonna do some analytics to say how well the Devils have improved since that live Woo report.
We should.
Yeah,
I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? You never know. Mark Recchi follows us on Twitter.
Maybe
you
Bryce.
Never know if he was. Yeah.
Maybe Big Daddy Bryce Salvador will come on and talk some analytics with Sam Wu.
Yeah.
I hear he was pretty good at clearing the crease back in the day. I thought he used to create a pretty NFZ environment.
Oh, absolutely. So, but all right. So, Devils win 3-2. Solid 2 points. We play Pittsburgh again on Saturday. We'll be live for Let's Go Devils podcast post game. Thank you, YouTube Live. Wow, there are more viewers on YouTube Live right now than Facebook Live. Uh-oh, a little competition. The battle between Facebook and YouTube Lives continue. Till next time, thank you, Scotty. Happy birthday. Let's go Devils.
Thank you.